Today's superheroes are teaming up for a good cause.
Yeah, their goal is to teach us the basics of planting and caring for tomatoes.
Produce man Michael Marks and Plant Lady Marlene they're live with more. Together, like in the same place?
And they're both wearing
right.
shirts.
I'm out here at Raley's. We're at Fair Oaks Boulevard and Howe Avenue. In this parking lot, August 17th is going to be a fantastic challenge. The Tomato Challenge, the Sweet Tomato Challenge by Nature Sweet. They're going to give away more than $5,000. So we thought it would be fun. We need to learn how to plant and grow the best tomatoes. So when August 17th comes, we've got tomatoes for this event, right?
That is correct.
So what's the basics of this, Plant Lady?
So really people are asking, is it too late to plant? No, right now is the earliest time. So when temperatures reach 50 degrees at night, that's when you could start planting because the soil's warm enough.
Ah, the soil. So how important is the soil temperature?
Very key. Those roots want to be nice and warm so they could spread out and grow your plant nice and tall, right? Because we want tall plants that produce a lot.
All right, so we've got this little tiny pot. Is this the right size pot that we need to have for this, Plant Lady? Is this the right size pot?
No, so I'm glad we're standing by these half wine barrels because that is the size. If you're growing in a pot, that is the size. This tiny little pot is just for demo purposes and to save my back, right? So I'm glad these are here. Half wine barrels. So, and the key also is to bury the stem.
Okay, bury the stem. Show us how to do that.
There you go, remove the lower leaves. All of this stem here will produce little roots, so you could just bury that.
I had no idea. I thought you had to protect that stem.
On most plants, yes. On tomatoes, you could bury the stem. It'll give you a bigger root system faster.
Okay, so we've got it planted. Now what do we have to do? Water, irrigation, I'm sure is really important.
Yeah, so deep water. Don't just give it 5 minutes of a little bit of water. So, of course, right after you plant, water it in, and then put it on a drip system's ideal. If not, just, put a hose by it. And you want to get the water down so the roots will grow down as well. And I love compost. So put some compost or mulch on top to insulate that soil, to keep the soil temperature nice and even, to ward off any weeds, and to just keep the roots a little bit warm until temperatures warm.
So the deeper those roots go, the bigger that plant's going to be up on top. Is that right?
That is correct.
Fertilizer, do we need to put anything on it?
So I'm not a big believer in fertilizer if you've amended your soil or you're using...
Wait, is it amended? What does amended mean?
Adding compost, chicken manure, alfalfa pellets, new potting soil. If you're growing in a pot, you shouldn't. But if you are fertilizing, which isn't, a bad idea early on, like a fish emulsion, nitrogen, which is a 5, the first number, 511, or even a 1055. Don't fertilize too much with nitrogen. You'll get a lot of green growth and less flowers and fruit.
I want flowers and fruit. That's what I want. What's this pinching thing? You got to do pinching with tomatoes. What is that pinching thing?
So the pinching thing is these little suckers that will grow between the stem and the true leaves. And if you leave those to grow, this stem won't be as strong. So you want to remove those suckers for the first, up until maybe the first flowers start setting up here. And that way you'll get a stronger primary stem and then more fruits, more flower, more sunlight coming in, which is sweeter.
Oh, yes, more sunlight, sweeter. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Plant Lady just doesn't have any old cage. This is the cage that you use for tomatoes.
Yeah.
Look at that thing. Not that little tiny thing.
No, something really tall. They're going to get even taller than this. 8-foot tall tomatoes.
Woo!
And this you don't need to tie. You just sort of push them in there. So this is just sort of like cattle fencing, soldered together. And yeah, the little cages, they don't really.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, you take the word from the Plant Lady and you grow the way she's just said. You can come out here August 17th and win more than $2,500 if you're first place, right?
Nice.
Yeah.
Plant Lady, we've teamed up. Look at this.
Yes.
Aren't we awesome?
I think we've all just decided we need more
This right
Produce
here
Man
is
and
magic.
Plant Lady together.
They are the Captain Marvel and Captain America of the plant world. Ladies and gentlemen, the
And it
plant
was-
lady,
We love it.
the produce guy.
It was really nice of her to let you borrow a shirt.
Yeah.
That whole situation was everything to me.